Alrighty, we just finished Psycho, The Lost Tapes of Ed Gein, chapter or part
3.
Part 3, episode 3.
Out of a 4-part documentary.
Yes.
So we're 3/4 through it.
And
it just keeps getting weirder.
I think the weirdest part is the people that are the experts or these therapists, these psychologists.
Yeah, these researchers or these whatever they are.
These horror aficionados or these Ed Gein aficionados, historians,
forensic investigators.
Yeah, they're all kind of creepy.
And oh yeah,
I mean, I lived on a farm, and there's shit that had to be done. But it was. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But and these people kind of relish in all this macabre fucking bullshit with this guy. But they also bring up. There are people that do bring up good questions, like the sheriff's daughter and the sheriff himself. Well, how were you strong enough to even do that?
Right.
That was a big gal. So that's where I'm like, how is he able to dig up all these graves in Wisconsin, frozen ground?
Yeah.
How is he able to hoist? And, so what? Was there 2 official deaths attributed to him?
Was it only 2?
Well, there were four skulls.
Because there were a whole bunch of them were just corpses that he had dug up.
Yeah.
He did not
kill.
Yeah. We're not.
But they would have had to be fresh. And you see those belts of nipples.
Right.
Those are a lot of nipples.
Yeah.
So what the fuck's going on? I mean, seriously, this is where you're like, what? How is he capable of doing all of this? I'm not in any way defending or, he's a saint or an innocent or anything like that.
No. But it just raised those questions.
Yeah, how is he able to do all this? And nobody...
And had no recollection of any of it.
Not only that, but nobody, ever,
And they were even saying that when the people, interviewing him
were hard
started out being really hard and and
then he's,
and then after talking to him for a while, they became almost sympathetic toward him.
Yeah, so and then he was always befuddled, and I think something bigger was going on. I think this was an experiment, because remember what they said also about how it shocked the country and threw them into a state of terror, and that something like this could happen.
Yeah,
well, that's what the CIA wanted, and we can go further into that at another time.
I mean, that's not that far fetched.
I'm just saying,
especially in those days.
Yeah,
the kind of things that they were doing,
they
were able to keep secret.
The stuff they did in the 70s in New York.
Well, even the stuff in the 60s too. In the colleges, acid tests and all those different things.
The 50s and the late 40s.
And
Project Paperclip. Hello.
And to be able to do this, what's the word? Surreptitiously or whatever, and not
have anybody suspect or
have whatever kind of plausible deniability or.
So I think there was some other stuff. I think there was some other stuff going on. Maybe if you had watched the whole series of Millennium, you would be more not readily available to believe. But and I'm not saying you're disbelieving it. I'm just saying I can tell you're having there's some there's where's this part and how are they able to do this?
And that's the thing too, is they were able to do things that people wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
That Americans. That our government was involved in.
Yeah.
Though that's Nazi stuff. That's what they were doing over there, and that's the stuff that they do in other countries. We don't do that here. And even if you challenge somebody about it, they're like, "Oh no, we don't do that here. We don't torture people here."
Yeah. Well, it's called programming.
Yeah. And.
So I will say right now that I think he was programmed. I think his farm was turned into a fucking black ops site. This was something done to the fucking American people as a psyop, and there was more than one person. But he was just the guy in the book depository. I'm not saying he didn't do it or he did do it, but he was,
But there was more to it than his own motivation.
Yes.
Or his motivation was fabricated or manipulated somehow.
Conscripted or just complete fucking fiction. Maybe he was just simple and maybe that's why his mother had to take care of him.
Yeah.
And
maybe that's why he was chosen to...
be the patsy.
Because, yeah, dude. I mean,
I'm not trying to like.
what a messed up thing for that to happen to someone.
Yeah.
If that's really, what it was.
Well, I can't.
He's portrayed as this most evil, despicable fucking whatever.
Yeah,
but then you listen to the tapes,
and he's befuddled,
and you listen to the actual people who had
interactions with him.
Yeah, that were, right in there.
Yeah,
and
see,
makes you wonder.
And it's all these
things that make you go,
It's all these therapists and all this other bullshit that, oh yeah, he's this evil person. He's so smart that he's avoiding, tripping up and saying that he did anything. Well, maybe he doesn't really remember it.
Then
or he didn't do it, and he was.
But there's this one guy, the one. He was like a forensic guy.
Yeah.
Was not just a
hanger on,
right? Yeah. Not just a fan of it or whatever. Said that with the discovery of these lost tapes, it really put a whole different light on the case.
Yeah.
When listening to him, and it and some of the timeline.
Yeah, the discrepancies.
It changed some of what the previous,
beliefs of
the timeline
But they can't let that go. They can't let that belief go, or their interpretation of doctrine.
Right.
Because this is etched in fucking stone. Really?
Well, the evidence is
what it is.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's irrefutable with the things that they found in his house.
Yes. But
did he really do those things?
Given his limited mental and physical capability that he appears to have.
Was he really bright enough and devious enough to even come up with these things, much less pull them off?
I think he was probably given some kind of psych test somewhere, and he was indicated to be a penchant for this or that, and he was probably worked on.
Yeah, that could very.
I'm not trying to.
And that's another thing that we'll never know if that's really the case.
Because it just seems weird. Beyond the case itself, it seems weird that a person like this.
Well, this might sound a little random and off topic, but I've thought the same thing about UFO abductees. Is that they're not abducted by aliens. They're abducted by, some secret.
Yeah.
And they were experimented on and put either post-hypnotic suggestion in their head or because so many of their stories are so similar.
Yeah.
And none of them know each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's because they've heard it, and so then
they've never heard any of the details.
Oh no,
blah blah blah.
No, Eric, you have to be wrong because it can't make sense like that. Come on, I'm just saying.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah,
but no. I thought that though that some weird fucking experiments being conducted by the government.
The government is the deep state, and the deep state is Project Paperclip. And, before World War II, America really didn't give a shit about what was going on over in Europe.
No. Well, we had our own problems. Before the war, we had, the Industrial Revolution going, people building fortunes, and then the
stock market,
the Depression, and all those things. And well, again, some of the advancements that were post-war, all of a sudden we had some interest in.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's all highly suspect.
And
it is suspect because look how fervently they believe in what they're saying.
And you think that you would have we as a nation or some of our officials would have some kind of incentive to keep up with the rest of the world on that level. Even though we can't really do those things because we're not those people, but
and then also when they
start, it would have been a much easier thing to do to keep it secret in the 40s, 50s than it is today. There'd be people would be blowing whistles all over the place.
And then also,
it still goes on, but
how they attack the 57 or the psychiatric evaluation, I believe in 57.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did they mean by this? And well, it's fucking plain English right there, son. You're a doctor, honey. You should know what this is saying. Why you speculating and creating it out of fucking thin air of what you think that they meant that they said about this.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's all that lingo and psychobabble that they are well versed in.
Right?
It should make perfect sense to somebody who knows what they're reading.
I'm just saying. All right, tell us what you think. Like, share, subscribe.